you've not done it before, city cycling can be a little daunting.
Cycling's really fun out in the open countryside, but it can be really fun in the city too. You just need to be aware of slightly different hazards, and that of course you will interact with more other road users than you would in the countryside. As ever, before you set off, it might be useful to have a bit of a think about what you'll be doing. For example, you need to think about your destination, the route you'll take, and what you might encounter along the way. Planning your route is really useful because it can help you to avoid restricted areas or paths that you're not allowed to ride on, and it can help you to prioritise bike paths and bike routes, which are not only safer, but they're often smoother and faster and more fun than riding on the road. Now, there's loads of great apps out there for planning your route by bike. For example, Komoot's really good, but for riding around a city, often Google Maps with a bike function works really, really well.
Let's talk about equipment.
You're going to need a bike for a start.
Yeah, but then that might be all you need. Let's face it, in many countries, cycling is just a mode of transport, like walking or driving. And so actually even wearing a helmet might make you stand out a bit.
Yep, but there are also countries where wearing a helmet is mandatory at all times, even on a city bike, and in fact, any sort of bike. And personally, unless I was visiting family in Holland and riding my city bike there, I probably would have a helmet on for every sort of bike ride that I did.
Then in terms of accessories, well, lights are a good idea. Essential, in fact, after dark, and then a bell as well, because the most important thing to factor into city riding is the increased volume of road users out there. So anything that can help you be seen or heard is a good idea.
Yeah, and one last thing that I would recommend taking would be a lock, just because it will make it a lot more flexible to pop into the shops.
That's
knowing
right.
that your bike will still be there when you come out.
Flexible and also more relaxing, so you don't constantly worry that your bike is not going to be there when you get out.
Hey, you can even pop down to the river to get an ice cream.
You're obsessed with this fact that all cities have got a river.
We briefly touched on this a second ago, but wearing reflective clothing, especially on arms and legs, can really increase how easily you are spotted.
That's because the human brain is instinctively programmed to recognise biomechanical movement patterns.
We've also mentioned lights before, but again, these will really increase how easily you are visible to other road users.
And your luggage can be a great place to mount reflectors, especially if you don't want to wear any special clothing. For example, a reflective rucksack is great because it can be seen from all sides.
Big city life can throw up all kinds of different hazards, from children walking to school, people walking their dogs, potholes, drain covers, even large lorries or buses. And hey, you even need to watch out for those cyclists that give the rest of us a bad name.
Please don't just think that you can jump across junctions at the last minute. Running red lights is dangerous, and it also gives other road users a reason not to like us, which we probably want to avoid.
Yeah. And one last thing to note is that if your town has those special bike boxes by the traffic lights, it's definitely worth using them, as you will not only be more visible to the road users behind you, you'll also be able to set off sooner when the lights go green, which, considering the speed limit in most towns is around 30 kilometers an hour, will keep you ahead of the traffic, most likely until the next set of lights.
I feel in a city, your behaviour is extra important. More people can see you and what you're doing. So don't give anyone else an opportunity to pick up on something bad that you've done that they can use against you or against other cyclists. And it's pretty simple. You just have to treat other road users and other cyclists as you'd wish to be treated yourself. Be courteous and allow priority when you have to. And also remember that most bike paths are shared usage, so there'll be pedestrians there as well. So don't expect to have an uninterrupted journey. A simple wave of thanks or a smile can really make a world of difference when you're interacting with drivers, other cyclists and pedestrians. And be aware that with the momentum you carry as a person on a bike, you're often the most dangerous thing on a shared use path. So watch out for children, dogs, pedestrians, phone zombies. You don't want to hurt them, and you also don't want to hurt yourself by falling off. I know about this because I got knocked off by a dog earlier this year, and even though it was the dog's fault, I do wish I'd gone a bit slower and avoided getting hurt.
Maybe if you had a bell lemma, which can be really useful on bike paths for warning walkers and cyclists that you're about to pass. People often appreciate a little courtesy ding to let them know you're there. It's especially useful when overtaking. One of the most popular things to do when in town is to shop. So why not head down to your market and fill your basket full of the local produce and carry it home on your city bike.
Now your bike luggage is also a great way to increase your presence on the road, either by increasing your overall size, and I'm thinking here wide loading panniers, or by increasing your visibility, as we mentioned earlier. City cycling is a safe and enjoyable experience. It's a fantastic means of transport and of exploration. But you do need to be alert and aware of how your actions affect other people.
Yeah, be courteous where you need to be, but above all else, get out there and enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and click down there for more city cycling tips.